KeeTons of Fun, starring Keaton, also starring Justin, with special appearance by the Paparazzi.
Hey guys, you're watching KeeTons of Fun. My name is Ken, and it's Justin.
And today we make up our own challenge. It's called the Funko POParazzi Challenge, so stay tuned to see what it's all about.
I hope you have ton fun. Click that subscribe button, click that notification bell. Hope you have ton fun. Bye.
Hey guys, you're watching KeeTons of Fun. My name is Justin, and no Keaton this time. Legitimately. I know we like to fool y'all a lot, but he's at school right now. What we're doing today is we're doing a challenge video, and so I just thought I'd do a really quick intro, kind of talking about the challenge before we get into the actual showing what the challenge is. What it is a challenge that I kind of came up with. I did have a little bit of help getting to this point from our buddy T-Roy. One time, Keaton and I were hanging out with T-Roy. We were at a convention called Texas Frightmare Weekend, and T-Roy was getting some Pops autographed by some actors that were there. And we started talking about how I had been going to conventions for probably 12 to 14 years now. Been able to meet a lot of really cool actors, actresses. I've gone to a lot of concerts and been able to meet bands, things like that. And on my phone, I have an album, which is my Wall of Fame album. And it's all my photo ops of meeting some of these people. And T-Roy was kind of going through it and looking at it, and he thought it was really cool and had suggested that I should make a video just showing off my photo ops, that he thought people would think that was really interesting and cool. And I kind of had tried to start that video a couple of times, but it just didn't feel right. It felt kind of weird just to have the photos going up on the video and that's it. So what I ended up thinking up was a challenge to where it's called the Paparazzi Challenge. And what I'm doing is I'm pairing up these photo op pictures with actual Funko Pops and Funko Sodas of these actors and actresses. And kind of going through, and I'll talk about each one of them and show off the Funko Pops. And the challenge is kind of just a broad challenge. I don't know how many channels have actually been able to go to some conventions and stuff like that, been able to meet people. But if you've been able to meet somebody that you actually have a Funko Pop of, then by all means, it'd be really cool, really exciting to see your video kind of showing off those Pops paired with your photo op, or maybe if you just get autographs or get the Funko Pop, signed, you could show that off for the video. But what we're gonna do, since I don't know who to challenge in this that's actually been able to do something like that, we're gonna do a challenge to 12 different channels. And it's really kind of not a challenge to them, it's kind of to give them a shout out. There's 12 channels that we're really good friends with, that we love these channels, and they're all under 450 subscribers. So it's kind of like a massive push to get people to kind of go over there, check out their channels. Hopefully, you'll love the channels. We know you will, and you're really great people. So kind of to send you over there to kind of check them out. And I'm going to kind of incentivize it. So we're going to be giving away this supersonic glow-in-the-dark pop. So what it is, to be able to be entered into this giveaway, throughout the video, I'm going to start talking about those channels just kind of randomly throughout the video. I'll mention one here, talk about them, go on to more of the challenge, mention another one, so on and so forth. But for all 12 channels, I'm going to link in the description their latest videos. And what you need to do is you go over to their latest video and, of course, watch it. Hopefully you'll really enjoy it and you'll want to subscribe to that channel. But in the comments down below in those videos, write a nice comment and then hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Make sure not to just hashtag KeeTons of Fun and that's it. Make sure to write some kind of comment about, the video or the channel, something nice, and then hashtag KeeTons of Fun. If you just hashtag KeeTons of Fun, it's not going to get you entered into the drawing. But for every channel that you go over there and hashtag KeeTons of Fun, each video or each channel will get you an entry into the drawing. So you can get up to 12 tickets into the drawing. So that's all you have to do is just go over there, check out their channel. Like I said, if it's a channel that you're already subscribed to, you can still enter it. You just write the comment in the comments and hashtag KeeTons of Fun, and then you're entered. Hopefully, though, if it's a channel that you haven't seen before, like I said, it's kind of to help them out, to push them to get to their next milestones for their channel. But that's what we're going to be doing today. We're going to do the paparazzi challenge. I'm going to start going into and showing you those Funko Pops and showing you the photo ops and everything. And hopefully y'all enjoy this challenge. And we'll see y'all in the next video. Bye. Starting off the Funko Paparazzi challenge. This is from whenever my oldest son James and I went and met Eliza Dushku. She played Faith in Buffy the Vampire Slayer and also on Angel. This was at the Dallas Sci-Fi Expo back in February of 2012. She was super cool to meet. We went and got autographs with her beforehand, and she was asking me about all my tattoos and what they meant. And then when we, later on in that day, met up with her for the photo op, she even remembered all my tattoos and what they stood for and was kind of talking to us about it. It was really, really cool to meet her. And here is our Faith from Buffy the Vampire Slayer Funko Pop. Next up is when James and I met Stan Lee for the first time. Yes, there's going to be several photos throughout this video with Stan Lee. Anytime he was at a convention that I was going to, I definitely was getting a photo op with him. We were getting autographs from him. He just was such an awesome guy to meet up with, really friendly, just spectacular to meet him. This one was actually at a convention that was called Stan Lee Presents Dallas Comic Con. It was back in May of 2012. And here is our Stan Lee Funko Pop. This one is from Thor Ragnarok. This is when James and I met Richard Dean Anderson. Yes, you all know him as MacGyver. I personally love him off of Stargate SG-1 as Jack O'Neill. This was back in May 2013 at Dallas Comic Con. Really cool to meet him also. Beforehand, we went and got his autograph from him and, talked to him for a few seconds, got the autograph, started to walk away. He ended up calling us back to the table in order to ask us where we came from, how far away was that. He asked us if there's anything interesting or neat in that area. We just thought it was really cool that he wanted to take the time to just ask us about us. So that was really, really cool. And Funko hasn't came out with any Stargate Funko Pops or sodas yet. Come on, Funko, get with it. So here he is as MacGyver. Alright, we're going to do the first shout out. It's for Awesome Toy Box with T-Roy. Of course, had to do him first since he unknowingly kind of put this challenge in motion. Awesome friend of ours. Great guy to the whole community. So make sure, like we said, he'll be linked down in the description, his latest video. Go to that latest video, check it out, watch it. Make sure you subscribe to his channel and then write in the comments, a nice comment and hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Currently, he's at about 350 subscribers, so let's kind of push him and try to see if we can get him to that 400 subscriber mark. And in this video, I thought it would just be cool to kind of do a dozen channels. There, of course, is a lot more channels that are under 450 subscribers that are really amazing out there. Just thought I'd do 12 for this one. There's about 9 other ones I can think of that I'm wanting to do shout outs for. So hopefully in a future video, I'll kind of put together and do another thing kind of like this for some of those other channels as well. Next up is when James and I met Jensen, Ackles, and Jared Padalecki. Throughout this video, if I mispronounce any of these people's names, I apologize now. I'm horrible with names. But anyway, this is Sam and Dean from Supernatural. This was from September of 2013. It was at a convention that was the Supernatural convention. They have it in Dallas pretty much every year. Awesome convention to go to because it's just actors and actresses from that TV series, so they're all really comfortable with each other. The panels are hilarious, so it was a really cool convention to go to. Here is our Sam from Supernatural Funko Pop. And here is our Dean Funko Pop. Also at that same convention, we got to meet Misha Collins, who plays Castiel. This guy, he is freaking hilarious. So during their Q&A, he brought his pet, Potbelly Pig, up on stage. It was just a lot of fun. He was having him walk around the audience and everything. Really cool. And here is our Castiel Funko Pop. Here is James and I with Karen Gillian. Of course, got to know her first as Amy Pond from Doctor Who. She also is Nebula from the Guardians of the Galaxy. I only have one Funko Pop of Nebula, so you get 2 photos with this one. Here's whenever I got to propose to Karen. She was super cool with all this, acted like she was super shocked and amazed with it. I had this pink plastic ring that had lights in it that lit up, and she just went for it in the picture. It was so awesome. Such a cool person to meet. And here, of course, is that Nebula Funko Pop. This is whenever I got to meet Nicholas Brendon. He is Xander from Buffy the Vampire Slayer. This was at a really super small convention that they have in Dallas sometimes. It's called the Dallas Comic and Pop Expo. It is in March of 2014. What was cool about this convention, it was so small that you just got to kind of hang out with each person that you were going to meet for probably 20-30 minutes each and just kind of talk to them. And of course, here is our Xander Funko Pop. Alright, the next channel up is Pipsqueak Elementary. This one's got Grayson in it. He is about 10 years old, does a lot of soda bust. Really fun, really cool channel. Does a lot of blooper reels in his videos, so it's really hilarious. And currently he's at about 130 or so subscribers. So let's go over there, watch his latest video that's going to be linked in the description. Write that comment. Hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Let's try to see how close we can get him to that 200 subscriber mark. And here's where James and I got to meet Christopher Lloyd. Of course, everybody knows him as Doc Brown from Back to the Future. This was a really cool little photo. They had the clock tower thing in the background. Of course, the DeLorean was right there. Really fun photo op. And here is our Doc Brown Funko Pop. And here's the second time that James and I got to meet Stan Lee. This time it was in May of 2014 at Dallas Comic Con. This time we're going with the statue of Stan Lee. Here is James and I hanging out with Nathan Fillion. He, of course, was Mel off of Firefly and the movie Serenity. Also, of course, played Castle on the TV series Castle. This was back in May of 2014 at the Dallas Comic Con. And here, of course, is our Captain Mel Reynolds Firefly Funko Pop. And here I am hanging out with Cary Elwes. Of course, he is in my all-time favorite movie, The Princess Bride, as Wesley, or the Man in Black. This was in May of 2014 at Comic Palooza, which is in Houston, Texas. And we've got our Wesley Funko Pop from The Princess Bride. And how could we not show off the chase version, the Man in Black? Alright, time for our next channel shout out. It's my buddy Pop Fiction. He's got a really awesome channel, does a lot of editing, a lot of crazy stuff going on in the backgrounds. He's just a real original channel. So make sure to go check him out and subscribe. Make sure once you're over there, like we said, go in the comments of this latest video and hashtag KeeTons of Fun and write a really good comment. Right now he's at about 165 subscribers, so let's give him that push and let's see if we can get him close to that 200 subscriber mark. And here I am with Huy Quan. He played Data off the Goonies. This was back in October of 2014 at Dallas Fan Days. And this is our Data Funko Pop from the Goonies. And here I am hanging out with Corey Feldman. Of course, he's been in a lot of really great movies. He, of course, was Mouth in Goonies, one of the Frog Brothers in The Lost Boys. He's in Stand By Me. Lots of awesome movies. This one was also in October of 2014 at that same Dallas Fan Days. And here's Corey as Edgar Frog from The Lost Boys. And here's one of my favorite actors that's usually behind the mask or behind the makeup. It's Ray Park. He, of course, played Darth Maul in Star Wars The Phantom Menace. He played Snake Eyes in the G.I. Joe live-action movies. He also played Edgar on the TV series Heroes. Really great guy to meet at these conventions. He's really personable, really great with his fans. And here, of course, is our Darth Maul Funko Pop. And this was one of my most mind-blowing photo ops. It's when I had the opportunity to meet Jeremy Renner. Of course, he is Hawkeye. Stan Lee, needs no introduction. And Cobie Smulders, which, of course, played Agent Maria Hill in the Avenger movies. She also played Robin in How I Met Your Mother. This is one of those moments where you get completely starstruck and don't even know what to do. So I just went in there, took the photo, shook each of their hands, thanked them for being there, and then that was it. And this is our Stanley Funko Pop for this time. I don't have a Funko Pop for Cobie Smulders, but she does have a Robin Sparkles Funko Pop out there. And here is Jeremy Renner as Ronan. Thought it'd be cool to do a Ronan pop since you've probably seen 1,000 Hawkeye pops. And here is the Fonz himself, Henry Winkler. Super fun, awesome guy to meet. He was running around the crowd, talking to everybody, really friendly, awesome guy to meet at a convention. And here is our Fonz Funko Pop. Hey. Alright, it's time for our next channel shout out. This time it's for So Blessed Pops. Of course, you got Trent over there, our good buddy. Sometimes has his kids on there, Ryan, Zoe, and Bradley. Really close friends of ours. We love them to death. They're huge supporters of our channel. We're huge supporters of theirs. So, of course, y'all probably heard us talk about them several times in our videos. Right now, they're at about 215 subscribers. So let's make sure to go over there, watch their latest video, do the comment, leave that hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Let's try to see if we can get them to 250 subscribers. All right, here's the next photo. It's whenever I got to meet Scott Wilson. He, of course, was Herschel off of The Walking Dead. Really, really nice guy to meet. Really personable. This was back in May of 2015 at Fan Expo Dallas. And here is our poor one-legged Herschel Funko Pop. And yes, you guessed it, it's another photo op with Stan Lee. This is probably one of my favorite photo ops with him, just because we both got to do the Spotty hands in the picture. I just thought that was really cool to do that with Stan Lee himself. This was also at that Fan Expo Dallas in May of 2015. And here is our superhero Stan Lee Funko Pop. And I bet you've never been latched onto by a princess. This is when I got to meet Princess Leia herself, Carrie Fisher. She was such a flirt. She was like, get over here, and grabbed onto me. And she was just so sweet and so kind. And here, of course, is our Princess Leia Funko Pop. Here I am with Peter Capaldi. Of course, he was the 12th Doctor on Doctor Who. In this photo, so I'd asked him to make his signature scowl face, which he nailed it. I attempted it, and it didn't turn out so good. But he was such a cool guy to meet. This was at Dallas Comic Con in June 2016. And here is Peter Capaldi as the Doctor. All right, and now it's time for the next channel shout out. So this one's for Seth Floyd's Alchemy. Of course, Seth, he's a super nice guy, awesome guy. Over on his channel, he's been doing a lot of soda Saturdays where he's busting open his sodas. He does mystery boxes, a lot of really cool, great stuff over on his channel. Right now, he's sitting at about 360 subscribers. So let's go over there. Like I said, write the comment in his latest video, hashtag that KeeTons of Fun. Let's see if we can get him to 400 subscribers. Up next, here's me hanging with Arthur Darvill. He played one of my favorite characters on Doctor Who, Rory. He also was Rip Hunter on Legends of Tomorrow. I met him a couple of different times, so I got 2 photos here. I only got 1 Funko Pop of Rory, so that's why I'm just going to put both the photos right here. And here is the Rory Funko Pop as the Lone Centurion. And here's that one time that I got jumped by Kevin Smith and Jason Mewes. Of course, y'all know them as Jay and Silent Bob. This is actually one of my favorite photo ops I've gotten. They are both hilarious. They love their fans, willing to do anything. I've actually been able to meet Jason Mewes a couple of times, so here's another photo with him. Had to go with a Funko soda this time because I love this soda. It is the Chase of Silent Bob. And couldn't show off the Chase of Silent Bob without the Chase of Jay. And here's the last time I was able to meet Stan Lee. Of course, by this point, we were just best buddies. This one here, it's a really blurry picture. The guy that took the picture obviously didn't know how to focus very well. But this picture is really special because with this meet and greet opportunity, you got to purchase going and having breakfast with Stan Lee. So there was probably about 30 of us in there that all got to have breakfast with Stan Lee. He was up there. He'd answer Q&A questions, talk about his life. It's just a really awesome experience to go and say that you had breakfast with Stan Lee. And here is our last Stan Lee Funko Pop. This one, of course, is just a custom Funko Pop that I got off of eBay. But whenever I saw it, I knew I had to get it. You know, you gotta have Stan Lee wielding the Infinity Gauntlet. Next up is whenever Danica and I met Steve Aoki. Yes, y'all heard it right. Y'all finally get to see Keaton's mom. This was back in March of 2018 at one of Steve Aoki's concerts. It was a must meet for us. Steve Aoki is one of Danica's favorite artists, so we had to make sure to meet him. And here is our Steve Aoki with his signature cake Funko Pop. Our next shout out is coming to y'all from the dungeon. It's Pop Tompkins. Pop is a really awesome guy, a really great friend to our channel. Over on his channel, he's been doing some really cool ranking videos. He'll get out all of his Doctor Strange pops and then he'll rank them for you. He's done it with his Venomized pops. He does a lot of hunts and then he'll show you off what he gets. Just a really cool channel, really great guy. So, like we've been saying, make sure in the description down below, go to his latest video, write that awesome comment, hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Right now, he's at about 260 subscribers, so let's see if we can get him to 300 subscribers. Ben Affleck, did we just become best friends? Alright, so this is whenever I got to meet Ben Affleck, or Batflick. This was in April of 2018 at Fan Expo Dallas. To be honest, this photo op line was super quick, but I did get time to ask him if he would do something besides, you know, the traditional just us standing there, and so we ended up deciding to do a fist bump. And this version of Batman isn't necessarily of Ben Affleck. I just thought it was a really cool Batman figure, so it just represents whenever he played Batman. And here I am with Jason Momoa. Y'all might know him as Aquaman or something. I loved him as Ronan on Stargate Atlantis. He is also, of course, Drogo on Game of Thrones. And yes, he is Aquaman. And speaking of Aquaman, yes, here is the Funko Pop. And here I am hanging out with Paul Rubin. Yes, of course, it is Pee Wee Herman himself. Pee Wee was such a huge part of my childhood. Loved Pee Wee's Playhouse. Loved all the Pee Wee movies. But in this photo op, what I did is I wanted to do something, you know, with him that was something different than Pee Wee Herman, because I knew everybody that was meeting him at that convention was going to be hitting him up about Pee Wee Herman. So another one of my favorite characters of his was the Spleen off of Mystery Men. And if you have not seen that movie, you owe it to yourself to go see that movie. It is hilarious. Well, one of his key phrases in the movie, he's the Spleen, and he's always talking about pulling his finger. So I had him let me pull his finger in the photo, and after we got done with the photo, he was cracking up and said that was the first time ever anybody at a convention had ever asked him to pull his finger, and he just thought that it was pretty cool that somebody was talking to him about, you know, his character, the Spleen. And here is our Pee Wee Herman Funko Pop. Of course, in this pop, Pee Wee was kind enough to make the secret word fun for KeeTons of Fun. So he, of course, is holding his sign that says fun. And here's my photo op with Charlie Cox. Of course, he is Matt Murdock, aka Daredevil. cannot wait for Daredevil to make his appearance in the MCU. I know we got a little bit of Matt Murdock, but I need Daredevil in there. So I'm super excited to see what the future movies bring. And once again, I know this isn't necessarily the Charlie Cox Daredevil, but I just love this older version of Daredevil, so I wanted to make sure to show this one off. Our next shout out is going to be for Sharon's Pops and Plants. Sharon is an amazing friend of ours, real supportive of our channel. She watches pretty much every video, comments on every video. We really appreciate her, love her to death. Over on her channel, she's got a really awesome channel. She does collect a lot of My Hero Academia, so she's showing that off quite a bit. Does a lot of just showing off what she gets whenever she goes out to the stores and what she picks up. Right now, she just hit her 400 subscribers, so huge milestone for her. Let's go ahead and, like I said, we're gonna go over to her latest video, write that comment, hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Let's see if we can push her to 450 subscribers. Here I am with Billy Dee Williams, Orlando Calrissian, and yes, in real life, he is just as laid back and smooth as you would think he was. This was back in April of 2018 at Fan Expo Dallas. And here we've got our Orlando Funko Pop. And here is Keaton's first photo op. It was myself, Keaton, and Danica hanging out with part of the Stranger Things cast. Of course, it is Caleb, which plays Lucas, Sadie, who is Max, and Gaten, who is Dustin. And this, of course, is Danica's massive collection, Stranger Things. So first off, we've got Lucas. Next up is our Max Funko Pop in her Michael Myers Halloween costume. And finally, here is our Dustin Funko Pop. Here I am hanging out with Anthony Daniels, also known as C-3PO. What was really cool about meeting him in the photo op was that he brought his own C-3PO figure, so you got to kind of have that in the photo as a little bonus. Pretty cool. And here is our C-3PO Funko Pop. And here's my photo op with Tom Cavanaugh. Of course, he played Harrison Wells, also the Reverse Flash on the Flash TV series. And I think his acting skills are amazing. He plays about 20 different renditions of the same character on that show, and I just find that mind-blowing. And here is my Reverse Flash Funko Pop. Just as a side note, this was my very first Funko Pop I ever bought, way before I even started collecting. Our next shout out is our buddies Dan and Sawyer from All Dem All. Of course, they are really close friends of ours. Love Dan and Sawyer to death. Sawyer, he has this huge glow-in-the-dark collection, blacklight collection that they are always showing off. Wonderful channel, wonderful father-son duo. So, like we've been saying, once again, in the description, go to the link that goes to their latest video. Write that nice comment in the comment section. Hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Currently, they're about 275 subscribers. So, let's try to get them to 300 and above. Next up is when I got to meet Jonathan Davis of Korn. Of course, this was when he was doing his own solo tour. This was back in April of 2018 at the Diamond Ballroom in Oklahoma City. There was another time that my oldest son James and I got to meet the entire band of Korn, but so far they've only made a Jonathan Davis Funko Pop, so that's all we're getting to show off today. And here is that Jonathan Davis Funko Pop. And here I am trying to use Lucille to terrorize Stephen Yen, also known as Glenn from The Walking Dead. I did promise him that I was not going to try to actually use Lucille on him. And here is Glenn from The Walking Dead. Here I am with Chris Sullivan. Love that hat. He was, of course, Taserface in the Guardians of the Galaxy movie. I also loved him as Toby on This Is Us. Super funny guy to meet. Really friendly and personable. And here is Taserface. What? Your name is Taserface? I'm sure he's invisible, but if you can see him, this is me hanging out with Dave Bautista, of course Drax from the Guardians of the Galaxy movies. And here is the Drax Funko Pop. On to our next shout out. It is for our awesome friends Will and Maisie over at Cribs Collectors. Will and Maisie, they've been supporting us since pretty much the beginning of our channel. Love them to death. Wonderful friends of ours. Of course, it's a father-daughter duo. Maisie, she is so energetic, full of life, always happy, positive. It's a wonderful channel to go check out. You're not going to be disappointed. Right now, they're at about 395 subscribers. So let's catapult them to as close to 450 subscribers as we can. Like we said, go down to the description, click on their link, go to their latest video, write that comment, hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Up next is my photo op with Alan Tudyk. Of course, he was Wash on Firefly and Serenity. He is also Mr. Nobody on Doom Patrol. This was back in September of 2018 at Fandemic in Houston, Texas. And here is Wash from Firefly. I love his little dinosaur that he's holding. And here I am being goofy with Sean Patrick Flannery. Of course, he played Connor in the Boondock Saints. Got to meet him separately this time for this photo, but then I did meet all three of the people from Boondock Saints. We got Norman Reedus as Murphy. Of course, yes, we know he's Daryl Dixon from The Walking Dead. And then, of course, Sean Patrick as Connor, and David Del Rocco as, of course, he played David the Funny Man in Boondock Saints. They were all super cool to meet. They even were willing to do this whole Boondock Saints guns to the back of my head for my photo. And here, of course, we have both Murphy and Connor from the Boondock Saints. And here I am hanging out with Tom Welling and Michael Rosenbaum. Of course, they are Clark Kent and Lex Luthor on Smallville. This was another one of the photo ops I got at that Fandemic tour in Houston, Texas, September of 2018. And I don't actually have a Smallville, Tom Welling, Clark Kent, or Superman, but here's one of my favorite Supermans that we have in our collection. I also don't have any Lex Luthor, so this is the only pop that we'll see for this photo. Up next is my photo op with Manu Bennet. He played Slade Wilson or Deathstroke on the Arrow TV series. He's also Crixus in Spartacus. This one was taken back in October of 2018 at Fan Expo Fan Days in Dallas, Texas. And here is one of our favorite Deathstroke Funko Pops. It's him unmasked, so basically he's just Slade Wilson here. All right, everybody, it's time for our next shout out. The next one is for Pop Cop 765. Of course, Pop Cop is our awesome buddy Bobby. He's got his daughter Bailey on there, Mrs. Pop Cop, which is Erica, their little dog Duke. They do a lot of soda rips. They've been getting some Handmade by Robots that they've been showing off. Of course, they got tons of Funko Pops that they're showing off that they have in their collection. Really awesome channel, really awesome family. Right now, they're sitting at about 200 subscribers. So let's go over there. There'll be a link in the description, like we've said. Go to the latest video, write your comment, then hashtag that KeeTons of Fun. Let's see if we can get them to 250 subscribers. And next up is my photo op with Mike Coulter. Of course, he played Luke Cage in both the Jessica Jones and Luke Cage TV series on Netflix. In this photo, he was breaking my jaw. He was a hilarious guy to meet, really personable. Just kind of stood there and talked to you for a long time before you got your photo. So really awesome guy. And of course, we've got our Luke Cage Funko Pop. Shazam! Here I am hanging out with Zachary Levi. Of course, he played Shazam in the movie. Here he is giving me a noogie. And here we have Zachary as Shazam. And here's my photo op with Rainn Wilson. Of course, he played Dwight Schrute on The Office. For this photo op, I ended up making a Jell-O mold and putting a stapler in there, just like Jim would do on the TV series. He thought that was pretty funny. Made sure in the photo that he had like a look on his face like he's fed up. And here is Dwight Schrute as Recyclops. And the next photo, it's with Carlos Valdez. Of course, he played Cisco, aka Vibe, on the Flash TV series. Here we are doing his Vibe signature move, where we are opening up some portals to another dimension. And here's Carlos as Cisco from the Flash TV series. Up next on our channel shoutouts, it's Pop Goes the Weasel. Of course, we got Pop Weasel on there with his son Zane, another great father-son duo. They do a lot of soda bust. He does a lot of cool special effects in all of their videos, and then he's doing quite a bit of stop motion where he's showing off all of his different soda figures. Really cool, really awesome channel, so make sure that you go check them out. Like we said, in the description will be a link to their channel. Go to their latest video, write your comment, do hashtag KeeTons of Fun, and right now they're at about 110 subscribers, so let's push them to that 150 subscriber mark. Next up is my photo op with Kiefer Sutherland. Of course, he's been in a million different things. You know him as David from The Lost Boys. He was Doc on Young Guns. Of course, he is Jack Bauer on the TV series 24. He's also a musician. I've been able to see him in concert. Really awesome musician. And this photo op, it was just kind of mind-blowing to be able to be standing right next to Kiefer Sutherland. And of course, for the Funko Pop, we had to do David from The Lost Boys. And of course, we couldn't just do David. We had to do the Vampire David. And here's another one of those photos that I cannot even believe actually happened, that I was right there next to Michael J. Fox. Such an awesome actor, awesome guy. In the photo, of course, we had to do the Marty McFly, checking out his watch like he does in all the movie posters for Back to the Future. And here we've got Michael J. Fox as Marty McFly. And here I am hanging out with Ralph Macchio. Of course, he's Daniel LaRusso off of The Karate Kid and the Cobra Kai TV series. Another photo op that was just crazy just to be right there next to him. Wax on, wax off. And here is Danielson himself. And here is my photo op with Ron Perlman. Of course, he is Hellboy, Clay Morrow on Sons of Anarchy. And I will have to admit, you know, we've gone through all these photo ops, and all the time I'm talking about how great it was to meet the person and how, you know, nice and friendly they are. Ron, I've met him 2 different times, and both times he kind of just acted like he didn't really want to be there. One time he even said that his agent made him be there, so I don't know what was up with that. Still, it was cool to meet him because I do like him as an actor, but, you know, it wasn't the best experience. And here is Ron as Hellboy. All right, we have made it to our final shout out. It's going to be for our awesome buddy, Reef Hashdabs. Of course, Reef, he's an amazing friend of ours. If you haven't went over and checked out his channel, you're doing yourself a disservice. Awesome channel, really great guy to the whole community. He's who made us our custom light up pops that he had sent us. He sent us 3 different ones. They are really cool. He's been working on some flocked ones. He's done some glitter ones. They're all amazing. So, you know, you got to go over to his channel and check him out. Like we said, down in the description will be a link to his latest video. Write the comment in his video, hashtag KeeTons of Fun. Right now he's at about 415 subscribers. We've got to get him to at least 450, if not more. So make sure you go over there and check out his channel. And my next photo op is with Patrick Warburton. Of course, he was the voice of Joe from Family Guy. He was Lemony Snicket on the Netflix TV series. He played the Tick for a little bit. Really hilarious guy in anything that he ever played in. And this time we actually have a Funko soda. And here he is as the Tick. And here's another one of those mind-blowing opportunities when I got to get a photo with David Tennant. Of course, he was the Doctor on Doctor Who. He played Kilgrave on the Jessica Jones TV series. He was Crawley on Good Omens. Good Omens seems to be a show that not a lot of people have seen. So if you haven't checked it out, you got to go and watch that. It's a really, really awesome TV series. And what's crazy is, as much as I love Doctor Who and him as the Doctor, I don't have a Funko Pop of him. So here he is off of that TV series Good Omens as Crawley. Next up is my photo op with Alex Kingston. Of course, she played River Song off of Doctor Who. When I was doing this photo op, I even got her to say "Hello, sweetie," which is like her signature saying off of Doctor Who. Really sweet woman. And here we have our River Song Funko Pop. Here I am with the man they call Jane. Of course, it's Adam Baldwin who played Jane on Firefly and Serenity. The beanie that I was wearing is, of course, one that replica of the beanie that he got from his mom in the TV series. There at that convention, there was a booth where these ladies, they actually hand knitted those beanies. He thought that was really cool that I had that on for the photo op. And of course, here is the Funko Pop of Jane, where he is wearing that beanie. Here's when I got to meet Chris Sarandon. Of course, he is in my all-time favorite movie, The Princess Bride. He's Prince Humperdinck. He's also in another one of my favorite movies. He's the voice of Jack Skellington in Nightmare Before Christmas. Really amazing actor. Was really, really cool to meet him. And here we have Chris as Jack Skellington. Here's when I got to meet Peter Mayhew. Of course, he is Chewbacca from the Star Wars movies. This meet and greet was really cool because it was just at some little comic book store in the Arlington area. There was hardly anybody in there, so you just kind of got to hang out with him for quite a while and talk to him. We do have a few different Chewbacca Funko Pops, but I just really like this one. I like the kind of the older looking style. And yes, you have made it to the final photo. Saved one of the best for last. This is whenever I got to meet Mark Hamill. Of course, he's Luke Skywalker from Star Wars. Super fun guy to meet, really cool. I brought these two super generic lightsabers, and he just kind of went for it in the picture. I always thought that was really cool of him. Absolutely one of my favorite photo ops that I've done. And here is our final Funko Pop. It is Luke Skywalker. Alright everybody, I decided to throw in two bonus photos. These two photos, we don't even actually have a Funko Pop for these. The reason why I was going to throw these in here is because of our awesome friend Pop and Patty. So in one of our videos not too long ago, she was talking back and forth with me about Primus and going and seeing them in concert. And so I was explaining to her that I've seen them several times in concert and that I've actually been able to meet Les Claypool. And with this first photo here is whenever the first time I met Les Claypool, and there was actually a group of us that got to drink his wine. He actually makes wine, and so he kind of would have you test out the wine and he'd explain it to you and everything. It was really cool to be able to do that. And then for the second photo here, this is Les Claypool and Sean Lennon. So they went on tour together with, their band was called Claypool Lennon Delirium. And it was just really awesome to meet Sean Lennon. Of course, he is John Lennon's son. I love John Lennon. He's one of my favorite artists. So, you know, of course, I would never be able to meet John Lennon. So it was kind of cool to just meet an extension of him with Sean Lennon. And, of course, their music is really awesome. If you haven't heard of them, you need to go check them out. It's kind of like an infusion of Primus and the Beatles. So it's really awesome music. So I just wanted to throw these two in here just for Pop and Patty. So that's for you, Patty. And that will be all of our photos now. And that is it for our Funko Paparazzi Challenge. I want to thank every last one of y'all that watched the video, especially if you made it all the way to the end of this video. We really appreciate it. Hope that you enjoyed this. Hope you enjoyed seeing all the different photos and the Funko Pops that was associated with the people in the photos. Also, make sure that you don't forget about our glow-in-the-dark Supersonic Funko Pop giveaway. Like we've been saying throughout the whole video, all 12 channels, their latest videos will be linked down in the description. Make sure that you go to each one of them, watch their videos. Hopefully you'll love them and you'll want to subscribe to them. That's kind of the whole point of why we're doing this giveaway, is to help them out, to boost their subscribers. They're all amazing channels, wonderful friends of ours. They've been really supportive to us, so we're just wanting to help them out and get them some more subscribers that are going to enjoy their channel. So make sure you watch their videos, make the comment down in the comment section of their videos, then hashtag KeeTons of Fun. That's what's going to enter you into the giveaway. Like we said, there's going to be up to 12 tickets that you can get if you go to all 12 channels and do that. And what we're going to do, so if all goes well, this video should be posted on Friday, October 28th. So what we're going to do is give 1 week for you to enter the giveaway. So on November 4th is when the cutoff will be for any entries. And then sometime after that, I will compile all the tickets and we will do a drawing and draw the winner. Also, what we are going to do is a secret part of this giveaway. So for all of you that have actually stuck it out through this extremely long video and you've gotten to this point, you're going to be able to do a little bit something extra. So go over to our Instagram and message us and just say that you made it all the way through the video. And if you happen to be the one that gets drawn for this giveaway, you will get an extra Funko Pop or Funko Soda that will just be thrown in to your package whenever we send it to you. So that's just for you individuals that knew and heard this at the end of the video. You'll get something additional in with your prize win if you happen to be the one that's drawn and you win. So hit us up on Instagram if you got to this point. And that is it for the video. We want to thank you very much for watching, and we hope you have a ton of fun. Make sure you click that subscribe button if you haven't already. Ring that notification bell. Hit that thumbs up for us, and write in the comments what you thought about everything. And we will see y'all in the next video. Bye. Thanks for watching, everybody, and make sure to check out some of these other awesome channels that we call friends.
I hope you have ton fun. Click that subscribe button. Click that notification bell if you have ton fun. Bye.